A US insurer, Lemonade, cuts your premium by about 50% on miles you drive with Tesla FSD. As of August 3rd, that product is now live in Tennessee. Let me kill the most common misreading first. This is not half off your insurance. What gets halved is the per mile rate on FSD miles. Manual miles are charged at the normal rate. Good morning, this is Ken. And one more thing, this is not a new launch. Tennessee is the 5th state. It started in January in Arizona, Oregon, Indiana, and Colorado and has spread over 7 months. That is the way into today. As news, it is unremarkable. But an insurer changed how it does the math and has kept extending that math across state lines. That is a business fact, separate from any argument about whether FSD is safe. We will start with what it does to your bill, then how it works, then the part I find most interesting, why this became possible at all. Money first. FSD, formerly FSD, Supervised, is $99 a month in the US. Lemonade's car insurance starts at $30 a month, and it is a usage-based policy. Here is the structure. A low base rate while the car sits parked. A few cents per mile when it moves. And FSD miles are billed at half that per mile rate. So on the same 100 miles, all manual, you pay for 100 miles. All FSD, you pay the equivalent of 50. The higher your FSD share, the lower the bill. To be precise, there is no minimum usage requirement. Whatever FSD miles you do, drive, get the discount automatically. Coverage is identical whether you are on FSD or driving manually. The discount touches pricing, not your claim. And no, you cannot assume $99 a month comes back to you in savings. Mileage and premiums vary by person. Whether the math works is your own arithmetic. So, how does an insurer know that a particular 10 miles were FSD miles? Because the car tells them. With your permission, you connect the Lemonade app to your Tesla. From then on, which miles were FSD and which were manual comes straight from the vehicle, not an estimate, the car's own record. Now the conditions, which I am not going to skip. Not everyone qualifies. You need hardware 4 or newer. Earlier computers will not work. You need firmware 2025 for 4.25 for later, and it requires your permission. You are consenting to share driving data with an insurance company. That is a decision each person should make with their eyes open. Here is the real story. Why does this policy exist this year and not last year? The answer sits on Tesla's side. On December 12, 2025, Tesla added 2 fields to its fleet API, miles driven, and of those, miles driven autonomously, a quiet change in developer documentation. And in that same announcement, Tesla wrote this: "This is the only verifiable and authoritative source of self-driving usage data. Relying on any other method," they said, "is unsupported, speculative, and risks producing materially inaccurate conclusions." They also specified that these fields are only available on HW4 vehicles running firmware 2025.44.25 or later. You may have noticed, those are word for word the requirements Lemonade lists. This policy sits directly on top of that Tesla feature. Put it on a timeline. December 12, 2025. Tesla makes FSD miles measurable. 40 days later, January 21, 2026, Lemonade announces the product. 7 months after that, 5 states. Which is the point of today. What Tesla built first was not a discount, it was a meter. 1 mile driven on FSD became a countable, externally verifiable unit. The moment that existed, an insurer could put a price on it. And the only party holding the measuring instrument is Tesla. FSD used to be a driver assistance feature. You bought it or you didn't. That was the whole decision. Not anymore. The miles are counted, and that count now changes the dollar amount on a different company's invoice. A driver assist feature became a measurable, priceable unit. That is the shift. 3 parties. The owner may pay less the more they use FSD, though whether it covers the 99 depends on their situation. The insurer can now separate autonomous miles from manual ones and price risk accordingly, which differentiates them. And Tesla may sell more FSD subscriptions while holding the measurement layer itself. But all of that is analysis, not established fact. How much the discount lifts FSD attach rates, whether other insurers follow, it contributes to Tesla's bottom line. None of those numbers exist yet. 3 corrections. 1. This is not Tesla Insurance. Lemonade is a separate NYSE-listed company. Tesla has its own program that reflects FSD use in premiums, but that is a different scheme. 2. A price set by an insurer is not a regulatory safety certification. Lemonade says it priced this on Tesla's data showing FSD miles are about twice as safe. That is one company's commercial judgment, not a regulator's finding, and not an industry-wide conclusion. 3. FSD is not full autonomy. The name is FSD Supervised. The driver must stay attentive and ready to intervene. A cheaper premium and a hands-off car are 2 entirely different things. One step forward from here. A robotaxi business needs insurance. Who pays for which risk and how much? Without a basis for that pricing, the business does not exist. What is happening now is the first piece of that basis. Measure autonomous miles. Attach a premium to them. That mechanism is running in 5 states on real customers' money. So economic value from FSD is being created before Robotaxi is finished. The machinery for measuring and pricing moved first, ahead of full autonomy. Whether this becomes the standard for robotaxi insurance is still unknown. That part is a hypothesis. The confirmed facts. FSD is $99 a month in the US. The discount halves the per mile rate on FSD miles, not the whole premium. Manual miles bill normally. Data sharing requires your permission. HW4 or newer and firmware 2025/44/25/5 or later are required. Tennessee is the 5th state. Tesla added the FSD mileage API fields on December 12, 2025 and named itself the sole authoritative source. Tesla Insurance is a separate program. FSD requires supervision. 3 things to watch from here. 1. Whether other insurers start pricing the same way. If they follow, one company's judgment becomes an industry consensus. 2. Whether the discount deepens as FSD versions improve. Lemonade says it will. There is no track record yet. 3. whether this measurement layer gets used for robotaxi insurance. If it does, what is happening now becomes the standard. If you take one thing from today, the meter was built before the price existed. When a new economy starts, the first requirement is not a price. It is a countable unit. Only once that exists can a price attach, a product appear, and a market form. Living ahead of the future is not about being surprised when prices change. It is about noticing what just became countable. That is it for today. If this was useful, a thumbs up really does help the channel. I cover Tesla, SpaceX, and the wider EV world from an owner's seat here in Japan, and I post new videos here regularly. If you are not subscribed yet, I would appreciate it. Nothing here is insurance or investment advice. Check your own policy and state. Thanks for watching, and let's keep enjoying life with these machines.
Before we wrap up, let me take a moment to introduce myself. I drive a Tesla Model Y, and at home I've installed a Tesla Powerwall, so I actually charge my car with solar energy. I truly believe Tesla is shaping the future, and that's why I share the latest news and insights here on this channel. I'm from Japan, but I want to connect with Tesla fans all around the world. That's why I also create an English version of my videos. YouTube now lets you switch the audio into your own language, so you can enjoy it in whatever language you prefer. Most of all, I'd love to connect with Tesla fans everywhere so we can support Tesla together. I also share updates on X, so feel free to follow me there and let's connect. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.